Have you been feeling extremely tired, exhausted, more anxious, heavy, unmotivated, a hard time getting out of bed in the morning, a hard time getting sleep, waking up a lot throughout the night? In this video, I explain to you why you are moving through this. You could think of it as an energy update, how this is connected to your ascension, and how to support yourself through this massive shift that we are moving through. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I thought that it would be really important and very helpful for you to provide a little energy update on if you have been feeling really tired, really exhausted, really heavy, like it's just hard to get the usual things done that you typically would be able to, or it's hard to find motivation to get things done, or the same motivation that you would have had before you don't have now. So I want to give you a little update on why you might be feeling this, because I'm speaking to so many of you that are experiencing this. And I just did the April energy forecast, and one of the biggest themes that came through, there were a few different themes, but one of the big themes that came through was rest to rise. And I want to speak to that a little bit in today's video, because rest is such an important piece in this month's energy. We've been really deepening into the fire horse energy of 2026. You've probably been feeling this. If you're on this path and you're on this journey, you probably will be feeling the bigness of this energy. If you're doing work, inner work at any capacity, you're probably feeling this energy. If you're wanting more for yourself, if you are expanding kind of on the awakening path, you're probably feeling this energy. And, it's a very potent energy. It's one that will carry us, will support us, will help us in expanding into the things that we desire. But what we have to understand when it comes to this energy is that rest is so important, because when we rest, we are allowing for greater integration and recalibration to be occurring in our systems. Because here's the thing, this energy is very big. Okay. And when we're working with big energy, especially when it's new energy for our systems, it's going to make us, it's going to slow us down, because our systems are trying to integrate it. Our systems are trying to recalibrate to it. Our systems are trying to filter it and process it. And so we have all of these like big light codes that are coming through. We have all of these, you might notice light codes coming through for you. What do I mean by that? Like new awarenesses, new clarity, new understandings, new ways of seeing things, new visions that you're having for yourself, new desires, new ways of showing up in your life. This is part of the light codes. This is part of us expanding into a higher frequency as a collective. But what we forget, or maybe what we don't realize at first, is that the physical body, the physical vessel has to receive this and then has to process it in order to integrate it so that we can embody it. This is going to make you really tired. This is going to feel exhausting. This is going to be a lot of work for your system. And, I wrote out this list of different symptoms that I'm noticing people experiencing right now. This is another way of looking at ascension symptoms, right? So if you have felt more tired than usual, if you have felt like your system just is more taxed, if you've been having more anxiety, more heaviness in your chest, if you've been having trouble sleeping, if you've been waking up and having a hard time getting things done, if you're feeling more unmotivated, if your body feels really sore, if you're having a hard time finding energy to do things, these are all symptoms that I'm noticing showing up in a more consistent way for a lot of people. And so whenever I see patterns, whenever I see something that's showing up a lot, it always feels like something to speak to. Again, I am not a medical doctor. So if it brings you more peace to go to the doctor and see if something is going on, maybe with your hormones or anything to do with your body, like you need to do those things to put your heart and mind at rest. But if you're experiencing some of these symptoms and you're like, there's no answer for it, or you're getting tests done and there's no answer for it, or if you just feel on a deeper level, like I do intuitively, like this is what it is, then this is probably what it is. Okay. Our bodies, our physical vessels, our systems, our nervous systems. And if you didn't watch my channeled guidance that I provided yesterday on the nervous system and how it's such an important tool, go back and watch that. So important. Our bodies, our physical vessels, our nervous systems are trying to recalibrate to this higher frequency energy that we are experiencing in the collective right now and will be experiencing moving forward for the foreseeable future, because we're going through such a collective expansion. We're receiving these light codes, these new ways of being, these new ways of seeing things, of understanding things. This is why it's felt so uncomfortable for so many of us, because old ways of being and seeing and understanding things are collapsing, are breaking down. And in the rebuilding are these new ways of being, these new ways of seeing things. And so in that process of the old breaking down and the new being rebuilt, of the old structures and the new earth, our systems are trying to calibrate to that. Your physical body, your vessel, your nervous system is trying to take all of that information and process it and filter it and clear it and integrate it. And that is so much work on our systems. And so here are some things that you can be doing to support yourself. Rest. Okay. I know we don't want to hear this. I know the ego in us is like, I don't want to rest. We don't get things done in rest. But actually, and what came through in the April energy forecast is that rest is 50% of the equation of expansion. We have to rest, because it is in the rest that we integrate. It is in the rest that we take in the new information, we integrate it, and we can then create space to embody it on a deeper level and in greater capacity. So rest, making sure that maybe this means you need to sleep more. You need to plan to sleep more. Maybe this looks like integrating a nap into your day if possible. Or maybe this looks like just creating some space to take a moment to breathe, to become present, to find moments where you create space to exhale. The other really important thing that you can be doing, well, actually two things. One, water, drinking lots of water. This helps move the energy. This helps clear the system. This helps filter through anything that needs to be filtered. Water is so important, and not just drinking water, but also going to places where you can swim or clear with water. The last piece is grounding. Grounding is such an important practice when it comes to this process that we're in of the old collapsing and the new being rebuilt, because grounding allows us to take the energy and bring it down. And grounding into your heart space is also a really important practice. So, not just bringing that energy in through the crown, down into your channel, clearing the channel, but then going back into the heart space. You want to find ways, especially if you notice that you're up in your head a lot and it's feeling really heady, or maybe you've got lots of ruminating thoughts going on, or you're having a hard time being out there and getting in here. You want to find ways to ground these new frequencies. Nature is a great way. Walking barefoot in the grass, even just taking moments to pause and create space and feel into your body. And you can even envision the energy moving from your crown down through your channel into your heart space. These are the ways that we take care of our physical vessel so that it can learn how to hold more. And this is going to be such an important practice as we continue to expand as a collective, because as our consciousness expands, collectively, individually, we will be asked to be able to hold greater space, not just here in the consciousness, in the awareness, but in our bodies. And so we have to know how to take care of our physical vessel in order to be able to do that. If you have not seen, I have my spring reset promo on, 30% off my Akashic Records soul readings, 30% off one of my specialty programs, my transformation program. It is a 9-session program. If you have been curious about getting into coaching with me, this is $600 in savings. So if you've been curious, this would be your chance. I have 2 promos left. Let me know if you have questions. You can find all of the info through the link in bio. Use code SPRING RESET to receive 30% off. And I will see you tomorrow for the next video.